Hi everyone, after the budget foundations video, I promised that I would look into high street brands who create a wide range of foundation shades so that all skin tones are covered. Because so many of them are very poor in that area, and I totally agree, and I share your frustration, and it's one of the things that I do go back with to brands constantly. If money is no object and you've got sort of 25, 30, 40 pounds and upwards to spend on a foundation, then every skin tone is really well catered for in the luxury market. And if you go on MAC, for example, there are just hundreds and hundreds of different foundations. But once you get to the sort of £10 mark and below that, I didn't really find much below that. It's very, very difficult. So I went to Boots and I did a bit of research for quite a long time actually, and I think they got very suspicious of me. I tried to do a bit of filming in there, but I was so scared of the lady on the counter that I daren't even ask, and also I felt a bit stupid. And also I was trying to try things with one hand and I couldn't hold the camera with the other. So I've bought a few things and I've brought them back into my office to show you. If I've missed anybody off brand-wise or product-wise, then do let me know, put it in the comments below, and then we can build up a sort of little comments database, helpful database of foundations and shades. I'm going to start with the brand, and I did mention this in I think my favourites video, a few videos back, who has the most shades for a high street foundation, and that's L'Oreal with the True Match. This is the Super Blendable foundation. They've got 23 shades, which is pretty spectacular for a high street brand. I haven't seen any other brand that matches that. This one does provide the most shades, and it's a really gorgeous, light, fresh feeling foundation that provides really good coverage. Very, very easy to blend, which is what it says on the tin, Super Blendable foundation, but it really is. It reminds me in a lot of ways of the Chanel Velvet that I love, although this doesn't have a velvet finish. But that just sort of disappears into my skin, but gives good coverage. And I can apply it in less than a minute, sort of bish bash bosh with a brush and it's done. That's what this reminds me of. So top marks for that one. And then the other one that I've mentioned before, which was actually in my top budget foundations video, which is the Max Factor Facefinity 3-in-1 foundation. Now, a lot less shades. I think this comes in 9 shades, but still quite a lot more than many of the other high street brands. This is a 3-in-1 foundation, so it's got primer, foundation, concealer. Nice and smoothing, it's got good grip to the skin. Lasts all day, very, very comprehensive coverage. So if you like a heavier coverage but don't like it to look like a mask, then it's perfect. And you can go back in with fingertips and use it as a concealer, patting it on over the areas where you feel you need more coverage. So very, very good one this for the price. I use beige 55 in this one, just for your reference, but I'll put all of my details below. In the L'Oreal one at the moment, because I've got a bit of gradual tan on my face, I'm using 2R/2C, if that makes any sense, Rose Vanilla. Now for the two new discoveries. First of all, the Revlon Colour Stay. Lots of you commented underneath the budget videos about this one, and I had only tried the old formula. I think this has been reformulated. They do a normal to dry version for normal to dry skin, and then they do one for oilier skin as well, which I think is very good. It's a bit like the L'Oreal one. This is sort of fresh and lightweight. I'd say it's not as easy to blend as the L'Oreal. I haven't tested this nearly as much as the L'Oreal one, so I suppose it's slightly unfair to judge it on that, but I don't want to sort of tell you things about it when I don't know. You know, I haven't tested it to the ends of the earth. I'll never feel comfortable doing that. But from what I have tested of it, it feels very nice, very comfortable on the skin. It's a sort of perfected finish. It's not particularly dewy looking. It's definitely not matte, but it's just somewhere in between. But it feels comfortable on the skin, which is great because it's for normal to dry. If I had very dry skin, I'd want to prep with a lot of moisturiser probably, but you know, there's nothing cakey or drying about it. Now number 7, going from 8 shades to I think what is 17 shades for number 7. They do foundations really, really well, and they've got loads of different types of foundation, everything from stay matte to illuminating ones, to ones that are very hydrating, to full coverage, to light and fresh. So I spent quite a long time on their counter actually, trying different foundations, looking at the shades that they have available for each of those foundations, and they've got such a good selection. Now I think that I may have found a dupe for, I mean, it's as nice as, most definitely, for the Bourjois Healthy Mix Serum foundation, which, as you know, is in my top 5. This might push it from its post. This is the number 7 Essentially Natural foundation, very fresh, very lightweight, but I was actually quite surprised by the level of coverage. I thought it was going to be incredibly sheer, less than a tinted moisturiser, but it's not. It just looks very juicy, very youthful, nice and dewy, perfect for summer, feels great on the skin. That's actually the one that I've kept on to film this video in, just because it feels so nice. Normally I'd probably go for a little bit more coverage when filming, but I really liked the glow from this one. So if you were despairing about the Bourjois Healthy Mix Serum foundation because they only do about 3 shades, then this is a good one to look for. I, for your reference, am wearing Warm Ivory. It says here, gives delicate coverage. I like that. That's a good description, and I'm going to steal that for a blog post. So there we go. 4 options, 2 of them lots and lots of shades, and those are probably the ones that are most relevant for this video really, the L'Oreal and the number 7, just because this video is about finding foundations for every skin tone. But the other 2, if you can find your match in those, also very, very nice, especially if you want full coverage from the Max Factor. So I hope that that is helpful and that it's given a sort of more rounded out approach to the budget foundations video that I started off with. Hopefully this sort of complements that video and finishes it off, if you know what I mean. So yeah, let me know your comments below. If you use any of those foundations, if you've got anything to add, if you use any of the other number 7 foundations and you think that they're brilliant, let me know about it. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I shall see you next time.